I slapped Linda's backside. She didn't get mad, but instead, she gave me a sly grin and even made a suggestive gesture. Our secret relationship was soon discovered by the boss. He wasn't happy at all and fired me on the spot. I walked down to the lobby, feeling lost, but then noticed something strange. A man in a suit was sneaking off with someone else's suitcase. I was curious, so I followed him. To my surprise, I saw his elevator stop at my company's floor. I got on too. When the doors opened, I saw something horrific. My female boss was being shot dead by the man in the suit. I was terrified, but I knew I had to stay calm while the killer was handling the body. I ran to the restroom. I barely made it in when I bumped into the company security guard. He was lying motionless on the floor. I went to check on him, but accidentally triggered the toilet flush. The sound probably reached the killer. I quickly closed the side door, but to be safe, I stepped on the body. Before I could catch my breath, the killer walked into the bathroom. I froze in fear, but luckily, he was just cleaning up the blood on himself. I let out a sigh of relief, but then he spoke. He mentioned the keys on the body. That meant he would come back soon to grab them. I quickly came up with a plan. I made a risky move. Before I could even hide properly in the stall, I accidentally triggered the flush again. This was bound to expose me sooner or later, but luckily, while the killer was getting up, I triggered the flush at the same time. Once he left the restroom, I knew my only option was to escape. I headed straight to the office, grabbed my phone, and dialed 911. But after a long wait, my phone didn't ring at all. I looked down and saw it was dead. I had no choice but to charge it. When I turned around, I saw a colleague's body lying nearby. I was stunned, but before I could react, the killer came back. Luckily, I managed to hide in time. While the killer was moving the body, I quickly slipped into the storage room. But when I peeked, he suddenly stared in my direction. Then his phone rang. He answered it while dragging the body toward the storage room. I was sure I was done for. But then, out of nowhere, he stopped, turned around, and headed to my desk. It was my girlfriend calling. The killer hung up, then started scrolling through pictures and names on his phone. That meant he had figured out there was another survivor. Fortunately, I had already run away, but all the exits were blocked, so I had to hide in a room. I quickly came up with a plan. I set a piece of paper on fire and placed it on the smoke detector. I waited, but nothing happened. Just then, I noticed someone across the building. I jumped on the desk and waved frantically, but they didn't notice me. Meanwhile, the killer was moving from room to room, searching for me.